Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Alright, Machedo speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who is Machedo and Think Personal Branding? Today the date is 2nd of April 2018. Time right now is 12:05 in the afternoon. Right, let me just get this setting before it goes off into mute. Alright, this is just a rambling video. I'm just going to share with you a couple of topics that I wanted to speak to you about. One is my new exercise regimen. For those of you, who just want to know what is the new exercise regimen that I'm doing about my weight loss. I want to share with you also a little bit of good news and bad news with regards to clients that I've helped in terms of getting a job. I also want to speak to you about the new book reading strategy that I have adopted, which is kind of helping me read books much more faster. I'll also share with you a couple of strategies that I've undertaken to tackle mental block. Give my opinion about Donald Trump. I'll also give you my opinion about the new generation that is coming and speaking against the government in the United States. So people ask me my opinion on that. I'll give you some of the news that I've heard from Dubai, UAE, which some of you want to know. In terms of some people asking me which which book to read, which author to listen to improve productivity. I'll share that also. And news about the new website launch. And I think I'd also speak to you about my stance on racism. And some people are telling me that I'm racist. Okay, so I'll just randomly speak to you about all these opinions. So let me know what you think. All right, let's quickly start. First one is the exercise. Those of you know, I underwent a bariatric surgery. That was, I think, 5 months ago now. Yeah, 5 months. September of last year, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So yeah, 6 months. Sorry, 6 months ago. 20th of March, it'll be 6 months. And I lost 31, 32 kilos, and now it has been stagnant. So I think I would kind of jump to the conclusion that my weight is going to stay at 80, 79, 78 kilos, in that range. 75, I would say 75 is the maximum I would lose, and 75 to 80, I don't think I'm going to go below say 75. That's a long stretch. But realistically speaking, I think 78 would be the weight I would stick at and not go below. There is a claim that after 5 years of getting the bariatric surgery, or 2 years, you put on like 4 to 5 kilos. So I think I'm roughly talking in the range of 82. Now, given that my weight has come down to 78 and it wasn't moving, it didn't move for a month, I decided, okay, now that I've lost the weight, I don't think I'm going to lose any more weight after the surgery. I might as well start an exercise schedule. Now, once again, for those of you who know that, I was a bodybuilder, I was a powerlifter. I ended up injuring my lower back, both my knees. Then I went into barefoot running, strengthened my feet. Then I moved into, running, preparing for half marathons, and I became a triathlete, cyclist, and swimmer. But then, obviously, after I left Dubai, I couldn't continue that lifestyle. So now I'm in Thailand, in a forest where sometimes it's really, really hot. I mean, it's so hot you can literally feel, it's like, putting a hand on a flame. You can feel the heat, literally feel the heat. And then all of a sudden, it'll be raining very heavily. So, and because I stay in a forest, it's not like a proper track where you can run. It's not dedicated for exercise. So I've run through forests. I've seen snakes pass by. I've seen cats, dogs, buffaloes, people, scooters. So you don't actually feel like running and doing exercise. So, I just kept putting it off. Every time I kept saying, okay, I'll do later, later, later. So finally, the thought kept ringing in my head. I saw a couple of people running and I said, okay, fine, just let's get on with it. So now what I do is I run. I get up in the morning. My schedule is like this. I get up in the morning, and immediately after getting up in the morning, I have a coffee. That is my espresso. For those of you know, I always drink my espresso. After the espresso, immediately I put on my shoes, put on my shirt, might have a shower if I feel I need to have a shower, get dressed, and then I go for I think it's around 2.5 kilometers, 2 to 2.5 kilometers. So it's very slow, very, very slow paced running. It's like if you could be walking and I would be doing that slow paced running. So we'd run more or less at the same speed. For those of you who want the technical aspect, that is, I think 6.30 pace per kilometer, which is very, very slow. So the reason I'm doing that is because I want my body to get used to the new temperature, the surroundings, the heat, and also given the fact that I have the surgery, I just want my body to get accustomed to this. And of course, I am aware of the fact that I've injured my knee and my lower back, so I don't want to, take 10 steps back by injuring. So yes, the first few days, it has been like 10 to 11 days. The first 2-3 days that I did go slightly jogging, I would say slow pace, my knees were slightly paining. That ligament that is connecting the knee, I felt a little soreness there. I felt a little soreness on my lower back. So I just want to be careful, just want to get used to it. So I might do this for a month, 2 months until my body is now all of a sudden strengthening itself, because the body is such that as you put pressure on it, it accustoms, it grows, it evolves. And given the fact that I've had the surgery, I just want to make sure that my body grows into the process. And also I need to get used to the climate. Sometimes it'll rain, sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's, you don't feel like running. So, just trying to get used to it. And at the same time, it is also nutrition, which is equally important. People only focus on exercise. So I'm eating more of fruits, which is good for absorption and gives you quick energy, better than sugar. I'm eating more of meat. That is, especially after I finish my exercise, I have a fried egg with butter. For those of you who do not know, fat is good. It gives you that filling experience. So I have 2 eggs with butter. Then after some time, I might have a soup, a naturally boiled soup with vegetables or with meat in that. Or I might eat a fruit. So it's small portions. Then I might have one good meal. But obviously, after the surgery, I cannot have a massive meal. I kind of have everything. It's not that I'm not eating anything in particular, but because of my surgery, I cannot have like Red Bull, like straight up. I cannot eat French fries and a burger. I can't eat like before. It's just not possible. My system doesn't accept it. Even if my taste buds are there, I really feel heavy. Like, for example, the other day, I have porridge. I have oatmeal with milk. I used to have the zero fat, only because my system cannot accept it. It's a processed milk. So I used to have with zero fat, and then I put a little bit of protein powder because of my surgery. I've taken a gastric bypass where the absorption is less, so I need to have nutrients, minerals, and vitamins for the rest of my life. So I was having that. It was adjusting with my system, and I have sugar-free because I don't like sugar. I switched over to the normal milk with full fat, and that day I felt severe pain. I was like, oh shit, my energy just goes up and down. I feel pukish, nauseated, and I'm not able to do work. So yeah, so it's not that I'm going to go to my old lifestyle. It's just impossible. So that's in terms of the exercise. Now, I've been checking my weight. My weight is more or less 78, 78.6, 78.5. It doesn't move 78 to 79. It's always more or less the same. And I don't think I'm going to lose weight drastically. I don't think I'm going to become like a six-pack ab guy. However, I do feel my size is shrinking because the shirt that I'm wearing right now, once upon a time, it used to be like filled, totally filled. Now it's really loose. I can wear most of the clothes. My underwears are all and boxer shorts are just falling off. I had to tie it up. My wife showed me a way with a rubber band just to tie it up to keep it up. So I am shrinking all over, and I can literally feel like you can see my hands. It's shrinking. I could never hold my wrist like this. Now I can hold it. So yeah, that's in terms of the exercise. That's in terms of the nutrition. That's in terms of my weight loss. So I just thought I'll update you with this. Now, the next one is in terms of the good news. That is in terms of the jobs. Let me just put a timestamp. So if anyone wants a timestamp. In terms of the jobs and in terms of what has been happening with regards to people asking me for jobs, I managed to successfully help 3 clients. One was from Dubai, one was from Saudi, one was from UK. They wanted help in terms of their resumes, in terms of preparing for interviews, and they kind of gave me a short notice, so I did charge them a little bit more. For those of you curious, what is the charge? It's $1,500 US. That is, if you just want a few days mentoring, coaching, and just prepping up your resume, because obviously I can't spend more time. $1,500 US, and we tend to have like 1 to a max 3 sessions. And I really prepared them, and because they were at the, you would say, middle kind of management level. And well, fortunately, 3 of them, they managed to achieve success. It's not like 100%, I'll give you the bad news as well. So all 3 of them managed to clear the interviews. All 3 of them managed to go for the next interview. Okay, so the next interview is going to be scheduled after, I think, 1 to 2 weeks. So if they want my service again, they can come back to me. If they feel, no, I don't need, it's up to them. But one of them, out of the 3, one of them got the job. I will not tell you which one, but one of them did get the job. He was supposed to have the second interview, but I don't know why did they cancel it. So he was given the job straight away. So he's pretty happy with me. He did give me a small bonus. Small, I wish he'd give me a little bit more. Anyway, so that was the good news. However, there is bad news as well. Out of, I think I managed to get 5 clients. Out of the 5, 2 of them did actually make it through the second interview. They were repeat clients. I would say primarily the feedback that was given to them was they were not qualified enough, or they didn't do very well at the interview. I don't want to tell you where they're from, what position, whatever. But what I want you to understand is, when you come to someone for coaching or mentoring, don't expect miracles, because in 7 days or in 14 days, you can change only so much. Okay, so it's like bodybuilding. If I go to the gym now, I'm not going to get like big muscles like Arnold, or I'm not going to become a CrossFit athlete in 14 days. You would hardly see any improvement or any change in 14 days. So just as body takes time, just as developing a new skill takes time, it's not possible for me to, kind of make miracles. So the minimum time period, if you're really looking for the maximum impact, I would say 3 months. Otherwise, it's pretty hard. But yes, whoever does come to me, I give them 100%. And I do show results. So that's as far as it goes. So let me just put the timestamp for the next one. Now, in terms of the people who have been asking me for jobs and help, this is what I want you to understand, guys. I don't have a supermarket here. I don't have a supermarket. I don't have, guys who are waiting for me to give them a supply of 200 individuals who are looking out for jobs. I just don't have that. So please stop asking me, Loy, help me get a job, help me. After I get a job, I promise to pay you. First and foremost is, I don't have these jobs, ready-made jobs. There are no ready-made jobs available. Employers are not telling me, Loy, if you have the right candidate, introduce him to me. That's not the case. The second thing is, this kind of philosophy, Loy, help me now, I will pay you later. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. You pay me 100% advance first, and then I start helping you, because I'm not the type of guy who's going to run behind you, chase behind you to get money. I have burnt my fingers enough and more number of times helping the poor, helping the needy. They don't give a fuck. Okay, so people who act like, oh, please help me, Loy. I'm sorry, go to some other charitable institution and seek help. Here's the thing. I have put a lot of articles for free. I put a lot of videos for free. You're taking that for free. Plus you want me to give you something more. You have not done anything for me. Why should I do something for you? And putting a like or putting a share doesn't quantify me to give you a $5,000 service for free. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You want to cry, boo-hoo-hoo, beg, whatever, go to somebody else. Please, not me. I have a wife. I need to make a living. Okay, point number 4. That is a new strategy of book reading. Let me just put the timestamp once again. The new strategy of book reading is... let me get it on. Okay, this one is more like, I've subscribed to Blinkist. Blinkist is an app, paid app, where they summarize, let's say, a whole book in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So what I tend to do is when I go jogging or running, which is roughly around, say, 1 hour, I listen to these books. So I'm able to listen to a book summary in, let's say, 3 book summaries in 1 hour. Now, even though this is not like reading books, at least while running, instead of listening to music like, instead of listening to stuff like that, I'm actually listening to someone have a conversation where I get ideas. And it's rare. It's really nice. It's really, really nice to listen to some great ideas. So it's more like an educational run that I'm doing. So I listen to apps from Blinkist. Now, if for those of you who don't want to spend money on an app that is for listening to book review summaries, which I highly recommend because it's hardly $150 for a year. If you don't want to do that, then what I suggest is if you have an internet connection, you have a treadmill at home or a cycle at home, or you can exercise near your house and you have a strong Wi-Fi connection, listen to YouTube videos with regards to book summaries. Make a collection, make a list of videos, and you can listen to them as you run around. This is what I do sometimes in the house when I'm doing exercise on my rowing machine or ground exercise, or I'm just walking around the house. I listen to book summaries that you can listen to on YouTube, and that's for free. So there's no exercise not to read a book and not to get knowledge. Okay, let me put this timestamp for a second. Okay, next point is the mental block. I did get a mental block. That is especially after my sister, my sister from another mother, she came down here. It kind of disrupted my entire schedule. And then it took me, seriously, it took me like 3 days or 5 days to get back into the groove. And now finally I'm slowly getting back into the groove, and it's proving to be hard. I don't know why. So, just be wary of this. Whenever you do take a break from whatever it is that you're doing, it takes you some time to get back into the groove, because I don't know why, it just disrupts your system. And for me, it was a tough mental block. That's why there was no videos for so many days. So how have I been trying to get out of it? It has been hard, I'll be honest with you. And also given the fact that I started exercising. So after I finish exercise, it's not like, wow, I'm ready for stuff. I'm feeling tired, my body's sore, my energy is depleted, I'm trying to adjust. So it's going to take me some time to adjust to this new schedule that is running. Plus, my sister from another mother came down here. Plus, trying to, adjust this new routine. So it's going to take me some time, but I think I'm going to get there. It's going to work out. So the mental block is still a trial. It's kind of a thing that I'm struggling with. But then again, like I told you, when you have a drive, a desire, a goal, a vision in mind, you're not going to give up. So for me, until I, manage to overcome this, I'm not going to give up. Okay. So that is as far as the mental block goes. Now, let me give you my opinion about the one and only Mr. Donald Trump. Lately, if you are subscribed to CNN, Jazeera, I'm subscribed to CNN, Jazeera, RT News, and I think another one. I'm not too sure which one. So yeah, Fox News. So they keep putting up stuff about Donald Trump. In fact, sometimes when I think about it, I think the Americans with the American news, they are only fascinated with gossip. They're only fascinated with what's hot, and they're only fascinated with rubbish. There's nothing of intrinsic value. But the reason I listen to all this is because I have to listen to trending topics. And right now, the only trending topic is Donald Trump did this, Donald Trump did that, DACA, Donald Trump, it's Stormy Daniels, Donald Trump withdrawing from Syria, Donald Trump supporting Saudi. So Donald Trump is doing a good job by making himself visible, by making himself, relevant to the internet. He's doing a good job. In fact, he's the only candidate, as far as I know, who has promised something, that he is going to do X, and he has done it. I don't think there's any other person who has stuck to what he said he would do. So I kind of like Donald Trump, to tell you very honestly. I find his nuances pretty entertaining. I feel whatever he's doing it with a purpose. I may not necessarily agree with everything he does, but then again, this is who he is. He's not two-faced, he's in your face. So that's as far as I think about Donald Trump. What do I think about these women who are accusing him? I mean, come on, you're talking of a porn star. You're talking of a woman who shows a vagina, who shows other people fucking every hole of hers, and she's trying to act holier than thou. Come on, man. I would rather trust a businessman who is not pleasant and he sticks to what he does than a female who sells a body for cash, for popularity. And she was not relevant. Now, the only reason why she's relevant is because she wants easy money. So I wouldn't trust that whore. And all these females who are coming from Playboy, from this and that, they're just trying to be relevant only because there is all these politicians who are anti-Donald Trump. They're paying their money. They're saying, go ahead, we'll support you, we'll fund you, you'll be famous. Others, why would they come? I mean, think about it. 10 years ago, someone threatened you and now you're acting on it. What's wrong with you? It's like, I don't even remember what happened 5 days ago, let alone 10 years. It's so retarded, okay? So that's my opinion about Donald Trump and all the fiasco that's going on there. Then with regards to this, children of this Y generation and X generation, Z, after Z, what is going to be the next generation? I'm pretty curious to know. Now, these kids who are coming and giving interviews and, having great communication skills, and they're talking so that, I know many of you admire them. Wow, they have the courage, they're standing up. But here's the thing. If my daddy was paying all the bills and expenses and working, and I had nothing else to do other than appear on TV and just do nothing. I don't have to work. I just have to study and I have to look important and, just talk. It's very easy. It's very easy. Daddy work, mommy work. I will be the superstar. If I had a mom and dad paying my expenses, even I would be the epitome of courage and leadership. Here's the thing. When you're an adult as in with responsibilities, like you're married with children, you don't have time to stand in the news and give reports and go for talks. Whatever you do is centered around earning money for your family, paying your bills, and taking care of your responsibilities. I remember this one Pakistani guy, they make bread, this Afghani guy. When I was working for this TV news channel, I was working for free because I wanted to score points and get into it. So they suggested an idea about taking interviews of lay people day to day. So I saw this Pakistani guy making bread. And I said, how about I take your interview and you can appear on television and speak about your life and people can relate to you. So he asked me, this guy who makes bread, he asked me, how much money will you pay me? So I said, man, why are you asking money? I'm going to make you famous. He said, my dear, I have bills to pay. My family is hungry back in Pakistan. I've left that country, come down here to work every day. Whatever I make, I earn a little bit and I send money back home. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for popularity. I'm not looking for famous. You don't pay me money, get lost. So just imagine a guy who is a nothing, a nobody, is also asking for money. So it's very easy for these kids to stand and talk all this big shit, work and show me, pay your bills and show me, look after your parents and show me, take care of the future, do all this, then come online and speak. I agree. If your bills are not paid, you wouldn't have time for all this bullshit. So it's very easy to, wow, they represent courage. Many of us have courage. If our bills are paid, if our expenses are paid, and if you have $1 million in the bank, even we have courage. So I don't respect these kids. I don't think highly of them. It's very easy to talk very big, but then it doesn't amount to anything. Now, the next one is about Mark Zuckerberg. I just forgot about this. Mark Zuckerberg and my opinion about privacy. Let me just put the timestamp. Now, In terms of Mark Zuckerberg, I would just say that the poor guy just got involved in the crossfire, because the actual thing is, see, Donald Trump, after he won, it was a mystery how did he win. So, and after he won, instead of being like quiet, which he is not, humble, which he's not, he started blasting everyone from Hillary Clinton to all these political allies. And you need to understand that if you hurt and harm anyone's ego and they keep quiet, well, you have an enemy for life. It's like having a cobra just waiting, a rattlesnake just waiting to strike. So they kept quiet. And if they keep quiet, that means they're even more dangerous. And he kept at it. Donald Trump didn't stop. So now all the political enemies that he has made, all the powerful enemies that they are just waiting to destroy him. So given that how did he win was a mystery, then all of a sudden, I'm sure they must have hired private detectives and people to spy on him and all the rest. So then they found out Cambridge Analytica, because obviously you have the world's best detectives. So they found out Cambridge Analytica, and from Cambridge Analytica, it got connected to, Facebook, and that's where it came. So now all of a sudden, if they have to ensure the downfall of Donald Trump, they have to question what Facebook did, and they have to position, the whole thing as a really bad criminal offense. So they can't forgive Mark Zuckerberg. And on top of that, Mark Zuckerberg has like $63 billion. So now everyone has realized, wow, I can get a part of this income for free. Just imagine if you get 1 million, even if 1 million, it'll not hurt Mark Zuckerberg, but it'll make you happy. So everyone's like, oh, my privacy has been breached. Oh, my, private data has been breached. I'm going to sue. Yeah, the reason why they're going to sue is like 200 million or 15 million or 1 million. It's easy money. And this is the only time you're going to get free money. So people are looking at others getting money. So they're like, well, your data has been breached. You're asking 1 million, even I want 1 million. And then the politicians and then the other players in the market, they're like, shit, there's so much money going in for free. Why not us? Why not us? If I was looking at people getting free money, I would also go there. So greed and revenge and this whole political drama is the reason why Mark Zuckerberg is in trouble. Here's what I want you to know. Google is doing it. Google does it every time. Amazon does it every time. You just have to switch on your computer and go for a search, antivirus. They will give you, let's say I have an iMac, they will give me only antivirus related to an iMac. An Apple, they will not give me Windows. If I switch on to my Windows, I get all antivirus related to Windows ads and nothing related to an Apple product. Why? Because they have all my information. And you need to grow up and understand nobody's going to give you free email service, free storage services, free chatting services, free phone call services, free video services. Why should someone give you for free? It's like $1 billion. $1 billion have been invested into this infrastructure, like Google Maps. How did Google Maps come into being? After a rocket was sent up into space, it checked the complete map and it gave us the service for free. It cost them billions of dollars. So you think they're doing this billions of dollars for charity? You think corporate companies have suddenly become charitable institutions to do things for free? Your own brother would not help you for $5,000. Or forget, $500 or $100. You think these companies who don't know you're giving everything for free? Grow the fuck up, man. And one more thing for you to think about. What's the big deal? The privacy about a coffee cup, about photograph of your food and your name. I have all my data up online. I've put it open. Take the fucking data. What are you going to do? You're just going to show me a game that I like. You're going to show me a porn site that I like. You're going to tell me, go for this vacation. End of the day, it comes to self-control, my friend. So nobody can force me. So I don't see what is a big fucking deal. It's only people who, oh, my privacy is breached. Oh, he knows which coffee I drank. He knows what food I ate. It's so stupid, man. I think people really need to grow the fuck up. You're making a big issue of something that has been in existence and a fact that everyone knew about, but now they're making it a big deal. So I think that's really, really stupid. Okay, now in terms of the Dubai videos, now for those of you who check my videos would know that I have a lot of videos about Dubai that I put up in terms of them taking your passport, in terms of how tough it is to get a job, the fact that it is a racist corporate economy. So I've been getting a lot of hate. Some people saying, what is the shit on your face? I tell them it's tattoos. Oh, I'm an American citizen. Locals have been very nice. Well, grow the fuck up. You have an American passport. You don't have a Bangladeshi passport, so you're being treated really nice. I mean, people don't use their fucking head. And then, oh, you have been kicked out. No, I wasn't kicked out. I left Dubai, UAE. So, do check them out because people are getting angry for no reason. I'm just telling you facts. Remember, there's no smoke without fire. So if I'm going to speak about this, it is because it's a fact. And keep in mind, I'm not the only one to fabricate this story. If you do Google and type controversy Dubai, you'd get all the realities which nobody speaks about when they're there. So that is as far as the Dubai video goes. Now, the next point, let me just put a timestamp. That is, which books to read? People are asking me now, which books to read? See, there is no one book that fits all. There is no one book if you read, you become a businessman, entrepreneur, or you become intellectually smart or incredible or invincible. It's a process. And if you really want to find the books for entrepreneurship, for creative thinking, for exercise, whatever, just type Loy Machedo book recommendation or recommended books. Loy Machedo recommended books. You'll get my top 100 books. Cherry pick whichever you like. And like I said, another way how you can find out worthwhile books is go to Amazon, check the book reviews, check the worst review, check the best review. You'll get the balance. Okay. Most of the 5-star and 4-star reviews are paid for. So I wouldn't go for the 5-star, 4-star reviews. I'd go for the 1 and 2 stars because they kind of give you a balanced approach. Then, put the timestamp of 31. The new website launch, Ask Loy Machedo, is coming up soon with the questions that people have sent me and the answers that I'm going to put up. That's coming up pretty soon. And you'd get, I'll put the link once that is up. So that's as far as my new website, that's Ask Loy Machedo. It's going to be a very minimal kind of a website, nothing fancy about it. And last but not the least, about me being racist, here's what I want you to think about. When I praise, let's say, for example, I praise Filipinos, I praise Indians, I praise Pakistanis. I say Filipinos are very creative, Indians are hardworking, Pakistanis are very brave. Everyone's like, wow, Loy, we totally agree with you. But the minute I say Filipinos have a drinking problem, Indians, they kind of smell funny, and Pakistanis, they are so embroiled in their religion. The minute I say that, oh, you're fucking racist. So if I give you a compliment, I'm not racist. But if I point out a flaw, I'm racist. I mean, people need to grow the fuck up, man. So all you're looking for is to fish for compliments. And that is what makes me a global citizen, if I compliment you. But the minute I point out a flaw, oh, not everyone is the same. Oh, you can't, stereotype everyone. So when I say Filipinos are smart, why don't you say that you can't stereotype everyone? You can't say all Filipinos are smart. Why is it nobody's disagreeing? Why is it everyone agrees when I praise a particular nationality or country, but then they completely disagree when I point out a flaw? I think this is something for you to think about. So anyway, these are the views, these are the ramblings, and these are the rants that I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think. You got any question, go to Loy Machedo. No, if you got any questions, send me an email, loy@loymachedo.com. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. Didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. So this is my rambling video, and this is me signing out. Take care, guys. Bye.